Hello and welcome to another review from Vectar. Today we'll be looking at the Neca Toys R Us exclusive 2-pack for Predator Classic and City Hunter Predator. These I picked up maybe about a month or so ago at Toys R Us. I wasn't originally planning on getting it, but the thought of having a new Predator Classic version with the new articulation interested me. I wanted to see what the difference was, since I do have the original first edition Predator with the mask with the old articulation here, which I'll do a comparison in a bit once I go over the figures individually. Now this pack does come with the 2 skulls along with the 2 Predators. This one comes with like this giant beast skull. You can see his mouth right there, a bunch of sharp teeth. Almost reminds me of a dinosaur of sorts. It's very interesting. At first I thought this was the front of the face. It's like, wow, that's a cool looking alien. But then after looking at it for a little bit, I'm like, nope, I'm wrong. That's the front. And I also got this one, which is quite neat. And this one has a little peg on the bottom. The classic Predator, even though it's not wearing it right now, he does come with his, I believe this was the med pack, and his little plasma gun thingy for his shoulder, yeah, which just pegs right into the back here. But since he doesn't have his mask on, I decided to leave this part off. So let's take a look at the City Hunter. It's very nicely painted, very nicely sculpted. You see some nice blood and Predator blood spots all over. And he got his like breathing mask, and the tube connects to his back, or like more like his side right there. Some open hands, claws, the disc thing. But fortunately it did not come with one, so that's not too bad, and I never really use it anyways. Got his mesh, his toes, old pegs on his bottom of his feet, his Predator butt, and he does have the plasma cannon on this. There we go. See, that's nice. That back. Let's have a closer look at his face with the mask. And unfortunately, it's not removable. But it does not really hinder the head movements at all. So you got a little bit up, a little bit of down. Rocks. The arm could go up that high. Do a 360 if you wanted to. Rotates at the elbow, rotates at the wrist, and then goes up and down, all that good stuff. The claw is expandable. Rotates at the waist, legs can move up, can move back, and his butt is rubber. So you get a good amount of motion right there. Like I said, this thing's rubber here on the side. You get a decent knee bend, I guess. It's not too bad. You don't expect a Predator to be too nimble, I believe, but you know, you get that whole like crouching, like kind of thing. That's all you need. So pretty much just goes that in and out, back and forth. Doesn't rotate. Like I said, the knee bends, ankle twists. You got this like little pouch thingy right here, which I have no idea what it is. And his nails are fairly sharp. I've just poked myself a handful of times right now while reviewing this. And a very nice feature that they added to this, that his arm, this comes right off. Okay, just pegs right in right there. So it just comes off like that. throw that to the side, and you get some nice innards of his arm. Fortunately, you got the peg there. It would have been nice if they had put the peg on the detachable part that comes out. That way you don't have this peg protruding. Or I guess you could pretend it's a bone or something. I don't know. But yeah, that pretty much covers it on this Predator figure. The crotch shot. You can see the joints in there. Alright, let's put him over here to the side. And now let's take a look at the classic Predator. It's a very nicely done face. His dreads, you know, all rubberish. And he got a bunch of his necklaces. These trophies. What's going on here? That's falling off. And you got like little skulls going on there. Got like a few spines right here going on his other side. Some nice flexible cables. Little strings hanging down. His leg, and for some reason this one has like some slight battle damage on his leg. I think they could have really have done without that, but I guess to be movie accurate, that works. So when he like when he first started attacking the squad, and he got shot in the leg or something. I don't remember. It's been a while since I watched it. Yeah, and he got his little sandals on. So he got his black bottom of his feet. And he got his retractable claws, which is very sharp. Of course, this one's kind of loose; it just flops out. And he got the two open hands. Alright, let's get into the articulation here. You could look up, a lot better than the City Hunter. You could look down, left, right, all the way around. His arm could do a 360 that way. You can move up about that high. Elbow could bend about that much. Not very much. His wrist, it's on a ball joint, so you could get a good amount of movement. But unfortunately, when you do that, his hand hits the blade, and you don't want to break these because they're pretty thin. He got the whole waist motion there. And he has the new leg joints. Much like that, so if you can't really see, they're like black, like balls, and these are just on it, so this rotates around it like so. You can move up a lot farther, you can move back, like I said, it could twist, you could bend his knees. He has a double jointed knee, which is really nice, so you get a good amount of movement out of that, and you get some nice ankle movements. And I believe this is pretty much the only added articulation is here in the lower half. Alright, let's do a quick comparison of the two figures themselves. As you can see here, first off, the new articulated one, because of the new articulation they added to it, made it a bit taller than the original, which is very nice. I actually like that. I prefer that. He's going to be taller than Dutch when the Dutch figure is released. Which is a very movie accurate, I think, compared to the original, because this one I believe was the shortest out of all the Predators released so far. Right now, I believe majority of the difference is pretty much going to be in the legs itself. The upper body seems to be more or less the same, very slight differences other than a recolor. So upper, like, you know, from the waist up, it should be more or less sculpt-wise identical. Aside from the hands too, the hands are slightly different, as you can see. The newer one has the open hand, and the older one has the closed fist. And the dreads are slightly different. Let's see, it's back. whole lot different going on there, aside from, again, from the color. Claws, yeah, this claw on mine broke, so it's not a big deal. You can see the paint app on the skirt is slightly different. Side armor. You see the peg right there in the leg. This one has no peg. Little damage there. Sandals. This side. See, their open hands are different too. His fingers on this one are slightly more. This is the newer one, more open. Alright, let's put him to the side and let's take a look at the difference in leg articulation. You see, he could do the splits. He is on a Y joint, so it goes like this, so he can only swivel. So he can sit down, and his legs will aim forward, but he can't do the splits particularly well. And he can't really kick upwards or straight ahead. He's going to be kicking to the side. Well, because the new one has the new ball, with the new ball and a socket joint, he could kick pretty much straight forward. He could kick back, and because of the rubber loincloth thingy going on, he could kick back pretty far. And I said he can move out, he can move forward, he could twist, which is nice. And you can see the upper sculpting of the loincloth is one rubber piece, as opposed to the original, where the loincloth is actually sculpted into the plastic itself. It's the leg, and it's the center section here. So when you move this, you move the bits of the cloth as well. So that's a little disappointing there, but you know, for the time, I believe it was really nice. Let's get to the knee articulation. Here, the old one only has one point of articulation here. You can swivel though, but you do got that one very limited bend. In the newer one, you got double jointed knees. So you can get a pretty much very good bend going on there. Fortunately, it doesn't have the swivel, but I think the bend in the knee well over makes up for it. And since you have the upper thigh cut right there, you know, or rotation, it makes it decent. Now the feet should be about the same, so there shouldn't be really much of a comparison there. Alright, so that'll be the conclusion of this video here. I hope you enjoyed it. A nice comparison between the two classics. This is Vector. Thanks for watching.